Hey everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another Makers with Heart mystery envelope. This month, I sent the mystery envelope out to all the Makers with Heart, and these are my rules. My challenge this month is rules-based. I did include some supplies, but it's optional whether you want to use the supplies or not. So my rules are, the challenge is a theme of A Christmas Carol by Dickens. So our challenge is to create a project using a product from Close to My Heart Christmas Past, and it can be old as the last catalog or something that, or any product that Close to My Heart has ever made, and then a product from Close to My Heart Christmas Present. And then I need to name a product that I would like Close to My Heart to carry in the future. Okay. So the things that I included in the envelope are some papers from Evergreen from the current catalog, along with a zip strip, and then some cuts from the Silver Bells digital collection. So I cut some bows in red glitter and then some bells in silver glitter, and you'll see what I wind up using. Okay, so the pictures that I'm going to scrapbook are from this year. It's our Christmas tree and each of our dogs in front of the tree. And the pattern that I'm going to use is from the current Make It From Your Heart Volume 6. It's pattern number 11. Okay. All right, so the papers that I'm going to use are from the mix-ins from the current catalog. They're November, December. And the pattern paper collection is Home for Christmas. This is from the September, October. So that's Christmas Past. And then Christmas Future, this is a sneak peek at Sweet Memories that's coming up in January. And then I'm going to use some of these die cuts from the Ornaments collection. It's currently available, and this is what they look like. And then when you purchase the collection, you get some SVG cuts that you can cut various sizes on your Cricut. So I cut some smaller images along with the original large ones that you get in that packet of glitter paper. Okay, so we've got some of past, current, and a little bit of future. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to cut most of these papers according to the dimensions on the pattern. And while I'm doing this, I want to mention a future product that I would love to see Close to My Heart carry. I would like to see them carry plates for hot foiling and for the Better Press system. Lots of companies, not just Spellbinders, make plates that go with the Spellbinders Better Press and Glimmer Hot Foil. So I would love it if Close to My Heart would make some plates. So that's my future item. Okay, so I'm cutting things down and I'm going to skip ahead here. So I've got a base of the light side of charcoal, and then I've cut that green pattern paper down to 10 by 10. And then I'm going to bring in some patterned paper. So the pattern calls for 9 by 12 pieces, and I feel like that's a waste of patterned paper because only an inch, it peeks out from the top and bottom of that green piece. So I'm just cutting 1-inch pieces. Okay, and we'll give the illusion that it's a full piece. So I'm cutting these at 1 inch, and then I'll put them all back in my trimmer and then cut them at 9 inches. And you'll see what I mean once I lay them out, how it looks. So just a little tip for saving your pattern papers. So the pattern shows a full piece that's underneath the green, but that's all you see. So I think this is a better use of the paper for this pattern. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and lay out my photos. And then another alteration to the pattern is on that right panel. There's a whole bunch of journaling. And I don't really need to journal a whole lot. The pictures kind of speak for themselves. And so I'm also trying some mats with that evergreen paper, but that's not going to work. So off camera, I'm going to cut some mats with black cardstock. Okay. So I've also off camera die cut my title. I'm going to use part of my title. The Mary is from an old thin cut from Close to My Heart that says Be Merry, and then the Christmas is from a current thin cut that says Christmas Wishes. So I've die cut those with the black core cardstock, and I've stacked them. All right, so now I'm just kind of playing with these embellishments and deciding what I want to use on my layout. I've sized down a few of these and cut them in glitter paper and assembled them. And so I've got some various sizes to work with, along with the original sizes that came in the, you get a 12 by 12 piece of glitter paper that has all the die cuts. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in these die cuts from, no, I can't remember the name of it. It's a new Sweet Memories. And it's an upcoming collection in the January, February catalog. And these are in mink, but don't worry, I will make them work with the charcoal cardstock that's behind there. So the one thing that I'm going to use from the envelope of goodies that I sent out are these red bows that I die cut from the Silver Bells digital collection. Okay, before I glue anything down, first I'm going to do some treatment to these pieces. And my dog is barking, so I need to figure out what the heck she's barking at. So I'll be back in a sec. Delivery trucks were making their rounds, so hopefully she's in the room with me now, so hopefully she'll stay quiet. Okay, so I've got this stencil. It is from the Snowflakes Slimline collection, and I pulled one of them, and I'm going to stencil some of these snowflakes on this mix-in paper using some linen ink. And I just want it to be a very subtle effect, just peeking out from my photos. So I'm just going to ink up, and I'm using this light colored ink, and it might be a little tricky to see on camera, but it really does make a difference, and it adds a little something. So I just want these to peek out from the flourishes and from the photos. So I'm just adding a few snowflakes and just at a diagonal there. So I'm just kind of figuring out where they'll be peeking out and adding some color with those stencils. So these stencils have been pre-treated with some pixie spray, so they have a little low tack to them, and it makes them easier to work with. So they stay down while you're inking. And then I'll go ahead and start on that panel that's on the right page. And it's just going to have some snowflakes peeking above and below. Not as many on this one, but you'll still be able to see them a bit. It just adds a little something to that mix-in paper. Okay. Oh, still adding some stenciling. Gotta line them up, and wasn't quite pleased with that snowflake. Want it to make it whole. Okay. I think that's good. All right, next thing, I'm going to bring in those flourishes. Remember, I told you they were mink, and I want them to be charcoal. So I'm going to tack them down to my Altenew sticky mat, and I'm going to ink them up using charcoal ink. So I'm testing the linen, and it wasn't quite dark enough. So I'm going to use charcoal ink and just ink all over these flourishes and change that color from mink to charcoal. I love that these flourishes are in mink because you can easily change the color to whatever you'd like them to be by inking them up. And they're beautiful as is. Okay. So those are good to go. And then we can start assembling. So I pulled some of these numbers for the year, and they are from an older product from the last core catalog, and they are the black cardstock number embellishments. And then I've popped all of my photos with some foam tape. So we'll go ahead and lay those down. And from here on in it's a lot of gluing. Off camera, I've assembled the base. So that's where I want my photos to be. And still not quite sure with all of the embellishments that I have here. And I'll make some changes, but just gonna lay them out. And then I'll do most of my gluing off camera. Okay, so I'm gonna tuck these flourishes underneath. And I wind up switching and adding or switching out these two flourishes on the bottom. The longer one I'm going to wind up putting underneath 2023 so it carries out a little further. And then I'll put the other one on the other side. Okay, so we'll glue this first one down and then I'll do the rest of the gluing off camera. So that one's going to start from under the photo. And that's where my ornament is going to hang from. And then I've swapped out those two flourishes. And then I thought this round ornament was just a little bit too big. So I've switched it out and I'm using this other striped ornament instead. So we'll stack those two. And it's going to kind of look like they're hanging from the flourish there. And in order to keep it on the same level as the photo, I need to pop part of it. I'm just adding a little foam tape on one side. So we'll get started with adhering these. Like I said, from here on out, it's mostly just gluing things and adding foam tape. But we'll get everything assembled. Add another piece of foam tape. And then we'll add that smaller ornament. I love it that these ornaments come with SVGs so that you can cut your own sizes or make more. And you can buy the wood bases also with the collection if you wish. Okay, so here's that bow, and I'm going to use one on each side. And that's what came in the envelope that I sent out. I think it just adds a little something. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in some embellishments. These are from a long time ago. They are the pink glitter gems. And I really think this darkest pink color, it looks so close to the red glitter paper. I think it works. So I'm just going to scatter a whole bunch of them around all over, just for a little extra bling. So scatter those, and then, like I said, I'm using a bunch. So, okay, we have them all scattered, and then I'm going to bring in the stickers from Home for Christmas. So some of these tabs, there are a couple that I did some journaling on, just very simple journaling. Our dog's names, and this is Roshin's first Christmas, and it's Pixel's 10th. And then I added a little extra journaling off camera. And there's a closer look. So I will make a playlist of all the Makers with Heart mystery envelopes, and I'll add it here and also in the description below. Make sure you click on the playlist and see what cool things the makers have made with these rules for December. I'm looking forward to seeing what kinds of creative things they do too. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it, and then you'll be able to find all of my videos. And thanks for watching.